بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. Alhamdulillah, welcome back to another lesson of Durus al-Lughat al-Arabiyyah. Inshallah, today we will be continuing with lesson 9, inshallah. So let's get started. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Here we have Iqra, which means read, and the first sentence. So we're going to read the first sentence, inshallah. الطالب الذي خرج من الفصل الآن من إندونيسيا. The student who left from the classroom now is from Indonesia. Okay, so first and foremost, inshallah, let's get the translation down. Inshallah, we'll get the translation down on the left-hand side. Inshallah, we'll put the translation in red. So the student who left the class, we'll just say classroom, now is from Indonesia. Okay, the student who left the class now is from Indonesia. So there we go, our first sentence. That is the translation. Okay. Let's move on to our diacritical markings. So first word, at-talib. We're going to read that at-talibu. What's the reason for reading at-talibu? Any idea why we're saying at-talibu? Mubtada'un. Good. So at-talibu. Alladhi obviously is a word which is mabni, so it's going to remain alladhi. Kharaja is also mabni. So مبني على الفتح. الذي is مبني على السكون. Min is حرف jar. So that's going to remain the same as min. But because we're joining on to the next word, we're going to give you a fatha. So min al fasli. Why are we reading al fasli? What's governing the word al fas? The harf jar. Al an, are we going to say na, nu, or ni? Na, because it's zarf. Zarf, zaman, time. From Indonesia. So this won't have a kasra here because either we will say it's kasratun muqaddaratun because it ends with like an alif maqsura sound min Indonesia, like Isa, etc. So this will remain with a fatha on the ya. Okay, so it ends with a sukun sound min Indonesia. Next, the tarkib. Okay, so inshallah, let's move on to the tarkib. What's at-talibu in tarkib? So let's get the tarkib down in green, inshallah. At-talib. What's at-talibu in tarkib? Mubtada, but before we say it's mubtada, there's got the next word's got alladhi. So at-talib will be man'ut. And from alladhi all the way to al-an is going to become the na'at, which is made up of ismun mawsul and jumlatus sila. So we have to make the mawsul sila to make the na'at of at-talib, which together will become the mubtada'un. So at-talib is man'ut. Next we have is the word alladhi, which is ismun mawsulun. Ismun mawsul. That leaves us with kharaja, which is fi'lun madin. Then we have the fa'il, which is huwa, which is inside. So we can say fa'iluhu huwa. The fa'il is huwa, which refers back to alladhi. Because when you have a dhamir, it refers back to the closest ism. Okay. Then we have minal fasl. min al-fasl equals is jar majroor, so we know jar majroor what that is now. So muta'alliqan B is connected to the verb kharaja. Okay, it's connected to the verb kharaja. That will leave us with al-an. Al-an equals maf'ul fi. Okay, maf'ul fi. And more specifically ظرف zaman. Now, the sentence, the ismun mawsul, or before we say that, maf'ul fi, we have to make the jumla to sila. So kharaja till al-an equals jumlatus sila. Jumlatus sila. Now the ismun mawsul, which was alladhi plus jumlatus sila, which was alladhi kharaja min al-fasli al-an. Sorry, plus jumlatus sila equals the nat of الطالب. And then now we have man'ut, which was the word الطالب plus the nat plus nat, which was the nat الذي all the way to الآن. Okay, equals مبتدأ. Okay, and then that leaves us with min Indonesia. We'll just write it together because we know it's jar majroor. But remember, it's two words. So min is harfu jar or jar, and Indonesia is going to be the majroor. So min Indonesia equals muta'alliqan is connected to that which is hidden. Muta'alliqan, sorry, bimahzuf, because we'll have to consider something hidden. Okay, so it's connected to that which is hidden, and we're going to assume ka'inun to be hidden. The reason being is because al-talib is masculine, singular, so the khabar has to conform with the mubtada. And then ka'inun min Indonesia, that is going to equal khabar. And then the mubtada'un plus khabar will equal jumlatun ismiyatun khabariyatun. Okay, so don't we have to make the zarf muta'alliq too? Yes, good question. You can make the zarf muta'alliq, and if you want to make it muta'alliq, it's muta'alliq to the verb kharaja. Good point. Okay, so let's just go through this. There's 1-2 mistakes. الطالب is منعوت. الذي is اسم موصول. خرج is فعل ماض. The fa'il is هو, which refers back to الذي, the closest اسم. أقرب الاسم يعود إلى أقرب الاسم. من الفصل is متعلقان, متعلق to the verb خرج. الآن is مفعول في. That is also, you can say متعلق as well, because ظرف you can make it متعلق to خرج. That becomes جملة الصلة. So خرج till الآن becomes جملة الصلة. Now اسم موصول plus the جملة الصلة will they become the nat of الطالب. The منعوت الطالب plus the nat, i.e. الذي خرج من الفصل الآن, will become مبتدأ, and من إندونيسيا will become متعلقان to that which is hidden, which is كائن, and that will be the خبر. Is that understood? Okay, let's move on to our next sentence. Okay, our next sentence we have is الكتاب الذي الكتاب الذي على المكتب للمدرس. So الكتاب means the book, الذي which is على المكتب on the desk. Okay, so the book which is on the desk is the teacher's, or you could say it belongs to the teacher, is the teacher's. The book which is on the desk is the teacher's, or belongs to the teacher. So that's the translation we have. So let's just put our second translation here. So the book which is on the desk is the teacher's. Now, in terms of our vowel markings, the first word, why are we going to read this al-kitabu? Al-kitabu, why? Mubtada'un. Okay, al-mubtada is marfu. So the book, same thing as the previous sentence, there's a nat which follows in the form of mawsul sila. Because when you have a ma'rifah word and you want to bring a nat in the form of a sentence, you have to bring it with ism mawsul. Otherwise, you will not be able to bring it as a nat. It will either become a hal. So, for example, in this instance, if we just left out alladhi and we said al-kitabu ala al-maktab lil-mudarris, that would probably be the book, okay, whilst it's on the desk or which finds itself to be on the desk, belongs to the teacher. So, it'll have a hal. It can be considered hal in that sense. So, al-kitab will be dhul hal ala al-maktabi. Hal will in the form of prepositional phrase. That will become the hal, dhul hal and hal will become mubtada, and then lil-mudarris will become the khabar. But we want to make it sifa. We want to say the book which is on the desk. Okay, not the book, it being the book which finds the book whilst it's on the desk, or something that presents the hal translation. We want to make it nat, so we have to bring alladhi. Okay, next is alladhi, so that does not change. That remains as alladhi. Ala, okay, is going to be the kara zabar, but we're joining now, so we're going to say ala al-maktab. So let's just put a zabar there instead of the على المكتب. There's a حرف jar, so it's going to be kasra. للمدرس, same thing. There's a lam حرف jar. المدرس will be the majroor. Now moving on to the tarkib. Okay. So inshallah, let's analyze this sentence grammatically. So let's just choose a different color so there's a bit of a contrast, because it all looks the same. So we have the word al-kitab. Al-kitab will be man'oot. Allazi equals ismun mawsul. Then we have alal maktabi. We know it's jar majroor. We don't need to break that down too much. That'll be muta'alliqan bimahdhuf, because there's nothing there we can make it muta'alliq to. So muta'alliqan bimahdhuf, and what's the mahdhuf? The word yujadu. Sorry, let's just put the word yujadu there. Okay, which means the book which is to be found on the desk. Because alal maktab jar majroor cannot be a complete sentence on his own. It needs other words to make it complete. So we can't say alal maktab is jumlatul sila without connecting it to something hidden. So what is the verb we can assume to be hidden here? Yujadu. We can't say mawjudun here or ka'inun, because it has to become a sentence. Mawjudun alal maktab does not become a complete sentence, so we have to use a verb, so like yujadu, which is to be found, okay, or yastaqirru. which is, and then al maktab. Istaqarra yastaqirru means to be established, so which is established or which is settled or which is to be found. Okay, which is on the desk. So yujadu al maktab is prepositional phrase connected to yujadu, which is assumed to be hidden, and that equals jumlatus sila. So in other words, yujadu al maktab is jumlatus sila. Now ismun mawsul, which was the word alladhi plus jumlatus sila, which was yujadu al maktab, that is going to equal the na'at for al-kitab. For al-kitab. Okay. Now the man'ut, which is al-kitab. So man'ut in brackets, let's just get the word al-kitab so we know what we are referring to. Plus na'at, which came in the form of jumlatus mawsul sila. So we'll just put alladhi all the way till al-maktabi. That is going to equal now mubtada'un. It's going to pair together and become mubtada'un. Okay? And that leaves us now with lil mudarrisi. So lil mudarris we know is jar majroor. So lil mudarris will become muta'alliqan. We can't make it muta'alliq to anything mentioned before. It has to be something assumed because it's going to form to become the khabar. So muta'alliqan bi mahzuf. And what is the assumption? Ka'inun, because al-kitab is masculine, so we say ka'inun, not ka'inatun. And we don't use ka'inuna or ka'inani because al-kitab is singular. And ka'inun lil mudarris will be the khabar. Now the mubtada, which was al-kitab alladhi ala al-maktabi, plus the khabar, which is lil mudarris, will become jumlatun ismiyatun khabariyatun. So let's just confirm this. Al-kitab is man'ut, alladhi is ismun mawsul, على المكتب متعلقان بمحذوف, which is يوجد equals جملة الصلة. Now اسم موصول plus جملة الصلة will become the nat of الكتاب. منعوت الكتاب plus the nat الذي all the way to المكتب will group together to become مبتدأ. للمدرس, the prepositional phrase becomes connected to كائن, which forms to become the khabar. Okay, so that one we can probably just fit it somewhere here. Okay, so that tarkib is there. Okay, let's move on to our next sentence, inshallah. Okay, so we need the translation. You can put the translations in of the other sentences beforehand. Tarkib is taking a bit of time, so you can put in the chat, inshallah, the other sentences, so it'll save time when we are going through them. Next sentence we have is لمن هذا القلم الجميل الذي على المكتب. So notice here we're reading it لمن هذا القلم الجميل الذي على المكتب. So لمن is one part of the sentence. هذا القلم الجميل الذي على المكتب. That is the other part, which we will break it down. Okay. So let's get the translation first. Whose is this new pen that is on the desk? Okay. Whose? Would it be who's like that? Because who's that? Don't that signify who's? Who is or whose is? Okay, it's fine. Apostrophe position. Whose is this new pen that is on the desk? So that's the translation. Who's? Okay, knock knock. Who's there? I like that joke. Okay. So you need to help me in the English grammar, inshallah. Whose is this new pen that is on the desk? So that's the translation for number 3. Okay. And now let's go on to the vowel markings, inshallah. So liman hadha al-qalama mu or me? What are we going to say here? Al-qalama mu or me? Mu. Okay. Why are we saying mu? Why are we saying al-qalamu? What's your reason? Badal of hadha, and hadha is in which state and why? So al-qalam is the badal of hadha. Hadha is a rough state because mubtada'un muakharun. Very good. Al-jamil. Al-jamil la lu oli. So liman. So the lam is with the mabniyun al-kasr. Man is mabniyun ala sukun. Hadha is also mabniyun ala sukun. Okay, so the sukun is actually on the alif. Hadha. Al-Jamilu because the nat of Al-Qalam and nat follows man'ut in i'rab. Alladhi is ismun mawsul, is mabniyun ala sukun, ala al-maktab. So we're going to join that on and it's going to be ala al-maktabi because of harf jar ala. So that is the translation done. Inshallah, let's move on to the tarkib. Okay. So our first word, let's just do this one in blue, inshallah. Okay. Our first word is li, man. So I'm just going to break this one up actually. Li is jar. Okay. That leaves us with man, which is majroor is ismu istifham. It's not ismun mawsul. Here is the question, whereas sometimes it can be used ismun mawsul, but here it's majroor. Now, both of these two will become muta'alliqan. So there's nothing before it, so we'll have to assume something to be hidden. So muta'alliqan bi mahdhuf. So in other words, we are saying هذا القلم الجميل الذي على المكتب, this beautiful pen which is on the desk, كائن لمن, who does it belong to? So because the question, whenever you ask a question, it always comes first. That's why liman will come صدر kalam at the beginning of a sentence. So what's the assumed word will be كائن because هذا, which is مبتدا مؤخر, is masculine and is singular, and that will form to be the khabar. So كائن liman, that is khabar muqaddam. That leaves us now with al-qalam. Before we say it's mubtada, sorry, that leaves us with hada. Before we say hada is mubtada muakhar, because the sentence is not just liman hada. Whose is this? Who does this belong to? You're extending on the mubdal, the word hada. So normally when we see hada and we have a word which is mu'arraf bi al, then tarkib wise it will be badal and mubdal min. So the first word hada will be mubdalun min. So hada is mubdalun min. Now that leaves us with al-qalam to become the badal, but before we make al-qalam the badal, we see that there's a nat mentioned, al-jamil. But not only one nat, there's two, al-jamil, so beautiful pen, and there's a second nat, which is on the desk. So al-qalam, which is man'ut, and then eventually the two nats, one is al-jamil, the second one being al-ladhi al-maktab, that will group together and become the badal of hada. And then eventually mubdal min hada with his badal, al-qalamul jamil alladhi al maktab will become mubtada muakhar. So let's get going. So hada is mubdalun min, al-qalamu is man'ut. That leaves us with okay. That leaves us with Al-Jamil being Nat Awwal, because there's two Nats, and the second Nat is in the form of Mawsul Sila. So Alladhi equals Ismun Mawsul Ala al-Maktabi. This prepositional phrase is going to be connected, or Ala al-Maktabi, okay, becomes متعلقان to يوجد. Remember, يوجد is فعل مجهول, so you won't say فاعل is هو inside this. يوجد is فعل مجهول, and we'll say نائب الفاعل هو. Okay, the نائب الفاعل is هو inside. So it becomes متعلقان. There was a spelling mistake there. To يوجد. Okay, which eventually يوجد على المكتب is going to become جملة الصلة. يوجد على المكتب is going to become جملة الصلة. Now, اسم موصول, which was الذي, plus جملة الصلة, which obviously was على المكتب, i.e. يوجد على المكتب, equals نعت ثان. Now, منعوت, which is obviously, when we say منعوت, we're talking about القلم plus نعتين, the two nats. Okay, so when we say نعتين, we're talking about al-Jamil, and the second one being الذي على المكتب. This will now become the badal of هذا. Now, مبدل من. Let's just get that in brackets. What we're referring to when we say مبدل من is the word هذا plus badal, which is, let's just get that in brackets as well, plus badal, which was القلم الذي, all the way to, we said, المكتب. Well, let's just leave it at that. Equals مبتدأ مؤخر. Okay, مبتدأ مؤخر, and then from there it's pretty straightforward. خبر مقدم. So when you say كائن, we have to say خبر مقدم because we've advanced the خبر. So let's get this. لي is jar, man is اسم استفهام اسم مجرور. The jar majrur becomes متعلقان to that which is hidden, which is كائن, and that eventually becomes خبر مقدم. Okay, let's see, we can probably stretch this as far as we can. Okay, so we can fit out the tarkibs in as well. So هذا is مبدل من, القلم is منعوت, الجميل is نعت أول, الذي is اسم موصول, على المكتب متعلقان with يوجد, which is assumed, and that forms to become the جملة الصلة, i.e. يوجد على المكتب. اسم موصول plus جملة الصلة becomes نعت ثاني. منعوت, which is القلم, plus two nats, okay, equals بدل. Now مبدل من, which was هذا, plus the بدل, i.e. القلم, will become مبتدأ مؤخر. Okay. So that's the tarkib of that one. Okay. Next one we have is البيت الكبير الذي في ذلك الشارع للوزير. What is the translation of this sentence? Okay. الكتاب الذي البيت الكبير الذي في ذلك الشارع للوزير. Okay. So the house, al-bayt, sorry, we're saying al-kabir, so the big house, and we're expanding on the first adjective. So the big house, which, الذي, which is في ذلك الشارع, on that road, a shari, road or street, is the ministers. Al-wazir means minister. So the big house which is on that road is the ministers. Okay, there we go. We got that translation. Hopefully the last one we can squeeze there as well. Okay, so the big house which is on that road is the ministers. Now we've got to do the vowel markings. Okay, so let's get on with the vowel markings. Al-baytu ta'oti, and your reason for it. Al-baytu ta'oti. So tu because it's mubtada'un, and al-kabir is the naat, so that's going to be marfu as well, because naat follows manut in i'rab. Al-baytul kabir, ru, and then alladhi is mabni, so it's going to be key remain the same. That's the same thing with fi and also dhalika. Now ash-shari'i is going to have a kasra. Why is ash-shari'i going to have a kasra? What's your reason for it? Why is ash-shari'i going to have a kasra? Because the badal of dhalika, and the dhalika is experienced in the state of jar because of fi. Very good. And badal follows mubdalun min in the i'rab. And lil waziri, that's pretty straightforward. Li is harf jar, so al wazir is going to have a kasra. So that is the i'rab done. Let's move on to the harakat, the vowels written. Let's move on to the tarkib. Okay. So let's get the Arabic on. Our first word is al-bayt. Al-bayt equals man'ut because we're not going to make it a mubtada first because there is two nats mentioned. That leaves us with al-kabir, which equals nat awwal, and which is followed by another nat, alladhi fi dhalika shari'i. So alladhi equals ismun mawsul, and fi dhalika shari'i. So fi dhalika. Okay, so fi equals, let's just break this down. Fi equals harfu jar. Dhalika equals mubdalun min. Ash-shari'i equals badal. Then now the mubdal min and the badal. The mubdalun min which is dhalika plus badal which is ash-shari'i equals majroor. Now the jar majroor fi dhalika ash-shari'i will become muta'alliqan to that which is hidden, which is yujadu. So same thing, we have to make it a jumla sila. We have to say yujadu, and why we're saying yujadu? Because al-bayt is masculine. Equals jumlatu sila. Now ismun mawsul, which was alladhi, plus jumlatu sila, which was fi dhalika shari'i, i.e. yujadu fi dhalika shari'i. This is going to equal the second nat of al-kabir. Sorry, al-bayt. منعوت, which was البيت, plus نعتين, the two nats. Okay, one being al-kabir, the second one being in the form of mawsul sila, will group together to become mubtada'un, mubtada'un. And that leaves us with lil wazir. Lil wazir. Okay, this is jar majrur and is connected to muta'alliqan bimahzuf. We're going to connect it to that which is hidden, and that which is hidden is going to be ka'inun, because al-bayt is masculine. So ka'inun lil wazir, this is going to equal the khabar. And then the mubtada plus the khabar equals jumla ismiya khabariya. So al-bayt is man'ut, al-kabiru is na'at awwal, alladhi is ismun mawsul, fi is harf jar, ذلك is mubdalun min, الشارع is badal, mubdalun min, so let's get that as a lam. Mubdal min plus badal equals majroor, and that becomes connected to that which is hidden, which is yujadu, which equals jumlatus sila. Now the ism mawsul plus jumlatus sila. Okay, so ism mawsul, we're saying alladhi plus jumlatus sila ay yujadu fi dhalika shari'i is going to become the na'at thanin, na'tun thanin, the second na'at. And the man'ut, which was al-bayt, which is two na'ats, will become mubtada, and lil wazir jar majrur muta'alliq to that which is hidden, which is ka'inun, and that forms to become the khabar. So that's the tarkeeb of the fourth sentence. Okay, now let's move on to the translation of the next sentence. What's the translation of our next sentence? So let's see if we can squeeze that translation here. So السرير الذي في غرفة خالد مكسور. So the bed which is in Khalid's room is broken. So the bed which is in Khalid's room is broken. Okay, so we can probably just put that there. So the bed which is in Khalid's room is broken. Now let's put our vowels. So as-sarir, we're going to say as-sariru because it's mubtada. Good. So alladhi won't change. It's stubborn. It's mabni. That's the same thing with fi as well. What's going on with the mouse? Okay, same thing with fi as well. Now ghurfati is going to have a kasra because of fi, and it's mudhaf, so you want to have a tanween, and Khalidin is going to have two kasras, kasratain, because mudhaf ilay, and mudhaf ilay is considered to be in the state of jar. Maksuran run urin. What's this going to be? Maksuran run urin. Maksurun. Yes, because it's khabar. So maksurun. Okay. Now, inshallah, let's move on to the tarkeeb. Let's choose a different color. So we'll just go for that burgundy, dark red color. Okay, dark red. Okay. So this will be our last sentence we will be doing tarkeeb of today, inshallah. Okay. So we have our first word, which is as-sarir. As-sarir is man'ut because the nat has come in the form of jumlatus sila. That leaves us with alladhi, which is ismun mawsul. And then we have fi, which equals jar or harfu jar. And then غرفتي غر غرفة equals مضاف. That leaves us with Khalid, which equals مضاف إليه. Okay. Now the مضاف إليه. When we're talking about مضاف إليه, we're talking about غرفة Khalid equals مجرور. Now الجار, the jar, which was في, plus المجرور, which was غرفة Khalid, equals, okay, متعلقان will be considered to be hidden, sorry, assumed to, it will be considered to be connected to that which is hidden, and the hidden word would be yujadu. Same thing, because asariru is masculine. And we use the word yujadu because we need to make a jumla, so we can't say ka'inun. That would not leave it as a jumla. So yujadu. And that is going to form to become jumlatus sila. Then we have ismun mawsul, which is alladhi, plus jumlatus sila, which was fi ghurfati Khalid, is going to become the nat of as-sarir. And then the man'ut, which was, let's put it in brackets, the man'ut, which was as-sarir, sorry, I'll put as-sharir, that's been bad. So man'ut, which was as-sarir, plus the nat, which came in the form of mawsul sila. So we just put down alladhi equals mubtada'un. And that leaves us with maksurun is going to be straightforward the khabar. You know, don't need to connect this with anything because straightforward the khabar. So let's read through this again. As-sariru is man'ut, alladhi is ismun mawsul, fi is harfu jar, ghurfati is mudaf, Khalid is mudaf ilay. Now the phrase ghurfati Khalid will make that as majroor. Then the jar majroor becomes connected to that which is hidden, which is yujadu, and that forms to become jumlatus sila. Now, the ismun mawsul, which was alladhi, plus jumlatus sila, which was fi ghurfati Khalid, is going to group together to become the nat of as-sarir. Now, as-sarir, which was the man'ud, plus nat, which was alladhi, all the way to ghurfati Khalid, will form to be mubtada'un, and maksurun will be the khabar. Okay, let's see if we can squeeze that there. There we go. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Any questions in regards to today's translation, vowel markings, or tarkib? Any questions? Okay, remember this lesson was mainly about man'ut and na'at. And at the beginning, we came across man'ut na'at, like we see in this box here, baytun jadidun, a new house. So incomplete sentence, baytun will be man'ut, jadidun will be na'at. But furthermore, we came across examples of nat coming as a mawsul sila for a ma'rifa word. So we can see in this page here, at-talibu. Okay, so let's just put the laser on there. At-talibu is ma'rifa, so we want to bring a nat of a ma'rifa word. We can't bring it without the intervention of a ismun mawsul. So we've seen alladhi, here the nat alladhi. And it's not always the man'ut and nat is going to become mubtada. For example, here الذي الجميل الذي القلم الجميل الذي على المكتب. Okay, the nat here, sorry, what I wanted to say here was it's not necessary that the jumla to sila is always becoming um, the Mosul sila is always becoming the nat for a mubtada word. It could be in any position of a sentence. Okay, but in most of these sentences, it became the nat of a mubtada word. Okay, for example, if I say, I helped the student who left from the classroom now. So I'll say نصرت الطالب الذي خرج من الفصل الآن. Okay, are you ready for your spelling test? Yes? Okay. So have a look at your words. Good luck. If you can see what's on the screen. Okay, I'm going to slowly get rid of the annotation, inshallah. Okay, there goes one, there goes two, three, four, five, six. All this, let's get rid of it. I'm unpacking those words. These are the words you should have revised from last time. And let's get going. Okay, you're saying you're ready. So let's see. Ready, steady, go. The first word is shahirun. What does shahirun mean? Shahirun. Okay, you're saying famous. Okay, so is famous the answer? MashaAllah. Famous is the answer. You've got that right. MashaAllah, you become famous. Next one. Fruit. How do we say fruit in Arabic? So we've got English. These flashcards are designed where you will be doing English to Arabic, Arabic to English, inshallah. So how do you say fruit in Arabic? These are the words which we came across in lesson 9 in Durus al-Lughat al-Arabiyyah. So fakihatun is the right answer, mashallah. Next one, what does kubun mean? It's in the Quran, the plural. بِأَكْوَابٍ وَأَبَارِيقَ. Kubun, cup. Okay, so who stole this word? Was it the English from the Arabs or the Arabs from the English? Obviously, the English stole it from the Arabs, like they steal everything else. So, kubun, okay, Arabic is the mother of what? All languages. All languages revert back to Arabic. Next one. Hard working. Hard working. Mujtahidun. Good. Okay. Next one. Sahlun. What does sahlun mean? Easy. Okay. That was an easy one. Next one. Why? How do you say why in Arabic? Limadha. Good. Okay. Next one. Lughatun. Language. Okay, good. Next one. Today. How do you say today? Not a day, today. Today. Al-yawm. Good. You have to put the word al. Okay. And remember, when you're using a sentence, it'll become dharf. So it'll be al-yawma. Next one we have is al-arabiyyatu. Al-arabiyyatu. Arabic. Okay, good. Next one we have is Cairo. How do we say Cairo in Arabic? Qahira. Good. Al-Qahiratu. Ta'irun. What's ta'irun? What does the word ta'irun mean in English? Ta'irun. Bird. MashaAllah. Next one, city. How do we say city in Arabic? So this time it's English to Arabic. Madina. Okay, good. Next one, what does عصفور mean? عصفور. Sparrow. Good. Okay, I put bird, but it's sparrow, small bird. Okay. Next one, difficult. This shouldn't be that difficult. How do you say difficult in Arabic? صعيب. Not the word I'm looking for. So it seems like it did prove to be difficult then. Difficult. Remember, we want to say for something feminine. Feminine. Okay. صعبة. صعبة. Okay. Next one. الإنجليزية. الإنجليزية. What does that mean? English. Good. Okay. مكتبة. What does the word مكتبة mean? Okay. You're saying desk. That's مكتب. مكتبة. This word is مكتبة. Institute. That's like ma'ahad, isn't it? Okay. It's library. Library. Okay. Secondary school. How do we say secondary school? Secondary school. So we might not need to bring the word school into it, but I'd say secondary. Because sometimes you can omit the man'ud. You can just mention the nat. For example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَنْ تَابَ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا. يعني وَعَمِلَ عَمَلًا صَالِحًا. ثانوية. Good. الثانوية. Next we have is al-an. What does that mean? You better give me an answer right now. It's a good hint there. Now. Okay, good. How do we say minister? Minister. Minister. You can contact the Prime Minister if you want. Wazirun, mashallah. Okay. Next one, hunak. What does hunak mean? Hunak. There. Good. Remember, huna means here. Hunaka means there, but in somewhere in the middle. And hunalika means over there, like a bit more far. Okay. Next, how do you say sharp? Remember, this is not the sharp TV we're talking about. This is something sharp. Okay. Like a knife, etc. Sharp. How do we say sharp in Arabic? Come on. Not sure. I told you were sharp. Seems like you're not very sharp. How do you say sharp in Arabic? Caught you out on this one. Hmm? Big ha it starts with. Ends with a dal. And it's not had, by the way. Ha it starts with and it ends with a dal. We've almost given it away. G. It's got an alif in between and I can't give you any more hints. Should be sharp enough for that one. Starts with a ha. Ha ends with a dal and it's got an alif in between. Ha'id. No, there's no hamza. I've given you all the letters. What more do you want? Starts with a ha and had with a tashdid. Had. Okay, what does mustawsafun mean? Mustawsafun. What does mustawsafun mean? J. Mustawsafun. Okay. I'm catching you out, it seems like. Hmm? Mustawsafun. These words are in lesson 9. Sometimes I've repeated some words from previous lessons just to keep you lot up to scratch with your vocabulary. Okay, it's very important to always revisit words. Okay, not sure is not the answer. It's clinic. Clinic. How do we say market? Market in Arabic. Suqun. Good. Okay. What does mirwahatun mean? Mirwahatun. Fan. Very good. Okay. How do we say Indonesia in Arabic? Indonesia. Indonesia in Arabic. G. Indonesia. 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 Okay. What's Al Kuwait? Al Kuwait. What's that? Is he a fruit? Is he a place? What is it? Kuwait. Very good. Where's Kuwait? Hmm? Saudi Arabia. Okay, road. How do you say road? Hmm? Shari. Okay. Shari is the right answer. Okay. Okay. Kuwait obviously is country in the West Asia. Okay. So that concludes today's lesson. That's today's lesson finished. Alhamdulillah. We finished lesson 9. So we've grammatically analyzed all sentences. We've done the sentence constructions. We've done the translation, and we've discussed any other issues in relation to the language and the grammar on those pages. And we finished off and we topped it up with Arabic flashcards. So inshallah, next lesson we will be doing lesson 10 inshallah. So for now, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.